Check, check. All right. So, this is going to be a short video today. I'm not going to hold you guys for too long. It's Wednesday. This is when my week starts to become a little more. Wow, my hair looks insane. Hold on. All right, but anyway, Wednesday is when my week starts to become a um little bit more chill, a little bit more relaxed. I feel like Monday, Tuesday's like, oh my god, and then Wednesday's like finally when it's starting to like, okay, all right, we're kind of in a flow here. I feel good about this. So yeah, but anyway, I'm really excited for this. I want to talk about my weaknesses. I feel like, yeah, I mean, I just kind of want to say that it's okay. So this week we're talking about strategy, right? Every week we talk about different things. Last week um we talked about websites, we talked about music videos, we talked about monetization, like should artists be starving? We talked about, like, there's so many things that we talk about every week. And um yeah, I think marketing as well, that's something we talked about. So like, I want to just go out there and say, like, it's okay. Like, I'm not good at everything. There's really only I'm really not good at most things, I feel like. Um I'm not really good at a lot of things. I feel like I'm good at just a couple of things, and then I'm okay at a lot of things, or at least competent at a lot of things. Like this guitar, this piano right here, I can play them, but I wouldn't say that I'm good at playing the guitar, that I'm good at playing the piano. But I can play them, you know what I'm saying? And I can figure out, like, I can tell you like the notes, and I can tell you like what's going on a little bit. But I wouldn't say I'm good at music theory. I wouldn't say I'm good at, like, singing. I don't think I'm good at singing. I think there's way better singers than me. I think there's way better producers than me. I think that there's way better songwriters than me. I think that there's way better 3D motherfuckers than me. I think that there's way better um video creators than me. There's way better content creators. There's way better, like, just people at a lot of things. I think that I'm not good at a lot. There's a lot of things that I'm not the best at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the best at most things, and I think that's okay. There's probably one or two things that I feel like I am really good at, like world class at, could compete with anyone at, and they're almost like intangible. Like, I don't know. I'm good at pulling things together. I'm good at finding people. I'm good at, kind of like, I'm a visionary. I have a very, like, I have great vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, I feel like that's like my biggest. I feel like I can see into the future. I can see around corners. I can see before things actually begin to take off. I can see when things have potential. I can just look at something and see all of the potential in it. I feel like I can fucking tell. Like, my intuition is just really strong. My perceptiveness is really strong. There's certain things. I do think I do make some of the I am near the best at music making. Like, overall, I'm not the best singer, I'm not the best songwriter, not the best producer, but overall, I would say I'm up there. Like, you guys just don't know it yet. Like, but I'm one of the best artists, visionaries in the world, like, that have ever lived type beat. Like, it just hasn't caught up. Like, it's just everybody else hasn't caught up yet. You know what I'm saying? And like, seeing people reacting to the music and seeing people react to like the vision and the brand and the this and that is like awesome. And it's also like, oh, of course I've been cooking for years. Like, I already know that I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys just don't know that I'm good yet. So it might surprise you, but it doesn't surprise me. But that's not why I'm making this video today. I'm making this video today to say that, okay, yes, there are a couple things that I'm good at, that I'm great at, actually, like world class at, like one of the best in the world at. And then there's also everything else I am not the best at. I am not a world class marketing person. I'm not a world class fucking, like, I wouldn't put me up against the best marketing person in the world. I wouldn't put me up against the best business operator in the world. I'm not even the best. Like, I wouldn't put me up against who else, like the best singer, the best producer, the best fucking content creator. I would definitely not. I could not hold my own, period, at all in any of those conversations. And I think that's why I like asking questions, and that's why I like the structure of the conversations that we have, because when I genuinely don't have, like, I just don't have experience, or I don't have expertise, or I don't have the context to like say, to tell anyone what to do about things that I'm not even that great at. You know what I'm saying? But that way I do get to ask questions, and be around people that do know more about me on something, and that might be world class at something that I'm not world class at, and I get to ask them questions and learn from them, and maybe even work with them or have them work with me, if I can, and I think it's fine to not be good at everything. It's fine to not be good at a lot of things, just like me. Like it's okay to have strengths, and it's okay to have weaknesses. And I think that, like, when it comes to like whatever you aren't good at, whatever you're lacking, whatever is like the skill or the experience or the just like talent, like gift, you know what I'm saying, that you're missing. I think it's okay to like acknowledge that and recognize it, and not try to do everything yourself. Totally, like, and not try to do every single thing yourself and think of every idea. Like, I think that I think that actually limits you a lot, because you're limited by your own perspective. You're limited by your own experiences. You're limited by your own just like position. Like, you might just not be able to see the full picture because of where you're standing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a thing. It's definitely a thing for me. Sometimes it's hard for me because I am extremely close to the work. It's hard for me to kind of, sometimes it can be hard to like pull back and really like just ask. Like, it really took me intentionally like stopping, pulling back, and like asking myself, like, am I going the right direction? Do I have a strategy here? Like, is there a reason to any of these things that I'm doing? Is there a method? Is there an actual method to all of this madness that I'm doing? All of these fucking things that I'm doing? Is there an actual like line? Is this going towards a goal that I want? I had to be intentional about that, and I feel like it's okay to not be good at everything, and it's okay to like kind of be lacking and stuff. And on that point, I think really, like, if you don't have that gift of, let me see, I read this leadership book called uh I forget how many laws of leadership it was, but I think it was like 12 laws of leadership or something like that. Um and one of the laws in there was like the law of navigation. Oh my goodness. Okay, the law of navigation. I can't believe I just remembered that. So this book, great fucking book. If you're a leader, all of you are leaders. If you're leading yourself, you're a leader. You know what I'm saying? If there's one other person you work with, you're a leader. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody should learn leadership skills. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should learn about leadership, because we're all leaders. Unless you're literally just following the commands of someone else, then okay, maybe not you. But everyone else, like, you're probably a leader, like, whether you recognize it or not. So, like, I did read this book. Also, actually, didn't even read it. It just was an audiobook that I listened to, because I really like audiobooks. But 12 Laws of Leadership by this guy, whose name I can't remember, John Maxwell. And one of the laws in there was called the Law of Navigation. And also the way that he described the book. So there's 12 laws of leadership. No leader is going to have all 12. You're not going to have all 12. You're going to have maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 6. You might even have 11, but you're not going to have all 12. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And one of the laws in there was the law of navigation. And that was like basically like the law of strategizing, like the law of looking at the land, the metaphorical lay of the land, looking at, the landscape of wherever you are, whatever field you're trying to be in, whether it's the music industry, whether it's, emerging tech, whether it's Web3, whether it's creator economy, whatever it might be for you, like looking at the law of the land, and then looking at where the peaks are, where the valleys are, where you're going to run into trouble, where you should probably take this route because it would be faster instead of taking this route, like where you're going to be like needing extra resources, where you're going to be, when you're going to be deploying those resources so that you can still make it to the end goal and not exhaust everything, from the gate. Like all of this stuff, even looking at past people that have made the same trip as you and seeing what they did and what routes they took and what they experienced, and then mapping out your plan based on that. Like that is all strategy. That's everything he covered under the law of navigation. That's all strategy. And that's, for me personally, when I read this, I recognized, oh my God, like I'm okay at strategy. Like I think I'm okay. Like I have a decent understanding of how to plan and how to strategize things. But as far as like going, like really detailing really like the path down to the like where you're gonna, how many steps you're gonna take, where this hole is so you can avoid this, like the details though, like getting down to like really really detailed planning and strategy is not my I mean generally yeah, like it's not my strength. I'm not great at that. I'm not great at sitting down. I like to just do shit. I'm more of a doer than I am a planner. I like to plan so that I can just do and like not waste my time. But I just like to plan enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people that plans to the fucking T. And I recognize that in myself and started to seek out other people that are much better at strategy, that have a little bit more anxiety, honestly, about exactly what they're going to do and when they're going to do it and how they're going to do it. Because those type of people, those people are going to be really good at strategy. Those people are going to be really, really good at getting into the nitty gritty of shit that you might have missed that could make your trip to your goal much faster, much easier, like that you would have never even known or thought about because you don't have that gift. Or I'm really just talking to people like me. Like if you're someone that likes action, that likes taking steps, that likes doing stuff, that likes just planning enough so that you can go ahead and start, like you're probably not going to be the one that is the absolute best at making the strategy for your brand, for your life, for your career, for your whatever it might be. Like you might want to start seeking out those other people that are better, that have that gift, that have their brain just works like that. Because I feel like that's really when you're going to like break through your own self and your own limitations of just you. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. Like honestly, all of this, anything that's like growth or been good or whatever, has all come from like me either studying the perspectives of other people, listening to the perspectives of other people that have what I want, or just inviting people into my life or attracting people into my life that have different skills than me and that have those different, like they just have different gifts than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I feel like everything's growing much faster because I have multiple different perspectives coming in, multiple different avenues of feedback, whether it's like directly, like I'm actually talking to a person, or whether it's content that I'm watching, you know what I'm saying, or whether it's whatever, like, or a book, you know what I'm saying, like, now I have multiple perspectives that are forming me and shaping my thing into something that's much better than it would have been with just me, you know what I'm saying. That's why all this shit's so good, like, genuinely, that's why all this shit's so good. That's why the music's so good. That's why the fucking animations are so good. That's why we've been getting hella like just growing a lot on socials. That's why we've been like this is our best fucking performing record, Ride or Die, that's ever like released. Like all of that is because of other people's gifts and strengths and me opening up to that and recognizing my own weaknesses and my own strengths and being receptive to people that have those strengths that I don't have, that have those gifts that I don't have, that have different thoughts than me, that have a different perspective than me, maybe even a more informed perspective than me, seeping into what I'm doing, like genuinely being a part of what I'm doing. Like that's the only way all this shit could have been so good. It's the only way all this shit could happen. So it's okay to not be good at everything. That's like the first step, is just recognizing what you're good at and what you're not good at. You know what I'm saying? You might not be the best one to come up with a freaking strategy for the thing you have going on. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? If you are that type of person that has this brand that I'm talking about, then maybe you should be the one that's coming up with a strategy. If you're not and you have my type of brain or something similar like that, then you're probably not the best person to do it, and that's okay. I think all of this, like, do it yourself. You have to do everything yourself. This DIY. I love DIY, actually. Like, I'm still very, like, do it yourself type B. I still am editing my videos. I'm still shooting this right now. I'm still fucking posting all my content. I'm still doing a lot of shit that's just me. But also, like, I think it's also, like, kind of bullshit. Like, it's not going to get you the best result. Doing absolutely everything yourself is just not going to get you the best result. Like, talk to other people about your ideas. You know what I'm saying? Get feedback. Recognize other people's gifts. You know what I'm saying? And recognize where, damn, I don't even think like that. Like, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? I should keep talking to them. I should keep, like, we should keep being friends. We should keep talking. We should keep kind of bouncing things off each other. And you might have a gift that they don't have. You might have a perspective that they don't have. And so you guys can add to each other's lives. But all of this, like, you have to do everything yourself, and, like, oh, artists do everything themselves these days, and you're a small business owner, so we're doing everything ourselves. Like, dude, no, that's just going to get you shitty results. It's going to really get you shitty results, and it's going to make you limited to just what you can do and just what you know. And that's probably not enough. Like, genuinely, it's probably not enough. Like, if you have a big goal, if you have a big dream, what you know and what you can do is just not enough to get there. I'm just gonna, like, be totally real. It's not enough. I'm sorry. Like, your best is not enough. You're gonna need other people. You're gonna need more experience. You're gonna need more. Gonna need more. You know what I'm saying? If you have one of these really big fucking dreams and really big goals, and that's fine. You know, so that's the advice I would give today. You know, I'm just gonna tell you like where my mind is at and how I would approach strategy and stuff like that. I like doing that better than I like just giving people just like, here, step 1, step 2, step 3. Like, I feel like it's much more useful to understand how to think about things than just like what to do sometimes. Like, yes, like get to what to do for sure, but how to think about things is just gonna get you farther. Like, I'm not gonna hold you like than just following somebody's steps that they put out. Um. So anyway, that's my spiel for today. I'm getting like hot in this bitch. I don't know. I have my hoodie all the way zipped up, but love you guys. I will see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Oh wait, no, tomorrow's Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow, Thursday. Spaces Friday. Come through, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We are gonna be talking about strategy. Jamie Cornelia has a lot of experience with marketing strategy. I have some experience with strategy. Again, I do plan out. I don't wing. I try my best not to wing things anymore. I do plan out my days. I do plan out my weeks. I do plan out my months. I do plan out my years. Like, I know exactly what I want to happen every day. I know what I want to, happen, get done every week. I know what I want to get done at the end of this year. Like, but as far as like the real nitty gritty, like, I have someone that helps me, so don't feel like, like I'm not magic. I'm not some fucking, yeah, I don't know. I'm not special. That's all I'm gonna say today. But I love you guys. See you Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And yeah. Crash Road, gang gang.